Hello YouTube, it's Channel Annabella today, and today I have got my Rebirth Suicide Squad comic, and it's issue 7 and it says $2.99 there, and on the back it talks about the Suicide Squad extended cut advert. So there's the squad, there's the disc, and it's Blu-ray, DVD and digital HD, and that is out on the 12th and the 30th of December 2016. I'm going to be reviewing this. Here is the disc. Let's go and have a closer look at the disc and all of its features on the table. See you there. And here we are, YouTube, on the table, having a better look at Suicide Squad Extended Cut, Blu-ray and digital download. On the front, we have the Joker, as played by Jared Leto, and the rest of the squad, including Amanda Waller there, and Slipknot. It's got new never-seen footage in, so let's have a look. It is still certificate 15 in both the UK and Ireland. If you turn over the back, you get explosive extras, which are Task Force X1 Team 1 Mission, Squad Strength and Skill, Joker and Harley, the It Couple of the Underworld, Chasing the Reel, plus a gag reel and more. Feels good to be bad. It features the extended cut and the theatrical version on 2-disc Blu-ray day and a digital download. And when you download digitally, you get both the theatrical and the extended cut, which was kind of cool. The theatrical cut is 123 minutes. The extended version is 134 minutes, which gives you the wonderful difference, if you can see it, of 11 minutes between the two. And those 11 minutes actually add so much in the extended cut, which I'm going to talk about later. This is just a look at the packaging. So you've got traditional Blu-ray blue and the Blu-ray logo there. Exactly the same on the cover slip. As on the actual cover. You've got this advert for the Wonder Woman movie that's coming out next summer, 2017. And then we've got The Killing Joke, the animated version, the DC Universe Rebirth Deluxe Edition, Injustice 2 for PlayStation 4, Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition advertised there. Inside, this is the theatrical version of Suicide Squad with the Belle Reve logo. Belle Reve Security Barracks Penitentiary. Belle Reve Security Barracks. It's Belle Reve Penitentiary, but in the film it's a security barracks. So it's Belle Reve Security Barracks Penitentiary, I think. And then you've got the extended cut there. So that's what the discs look like and the packaging looks like close up. And going back to the sofa to further discuss the extended cut. So bye! Hello, and here is my overall review of the actual film itself. Personally, I think the squad works together to actually get out. There's more bonding scenes. You've got the full bar scene. You've got the scene where Harley actually goes around and spreads the word. So you have that in the theatrical release. You have that scene where Deadshot is talking to Harley and saying spread the word, and in this you actually see her do that, and she first goes and speaks to Captain Boomerang, and then Captain Boomerang goes and speaks to Killer Croc while she's speaking to Diablo, and Diablo actually says, you do realise that we're criminals, and no, I don't want any part in it. And he says about Killer Croc, he's a cannibal, he kills people, do you really think he should be out? And you can see that Diablo is just like, no, no, and then Harley comes up to speak to him and he just shuts her down. So he's not interested, because at this point the squad is thinking of taking out all of the army guys and then splitting, but they need Diablo to actually burn Flag so that he doesn't blow their brains out. But that never happens because Diablo kicks it in the dirt. Then there's the scene where you have more of Harley Quinn, and it's her looking at this motorbike, and then you have that flashback to her being Dr. Harleen Quinzel on the motorbike. Not going to explain that scene because I think that scene's brilliant. It actually explains what happens in the bar scene when Common comes to basically introduce himself to the Joker and ends up getting shot. That explains that a little bit more. But it also shows how Harley starts to psychoanalyze each member. So she goes to Katana, she's woman, Japanese, and lists all of that. And then she starts on everybody else. And then Deadshot, who has been influenced by Flag, because him and Flag actually have more of a relationship. There's more character development there. Because Flag also says to Deadshot, you do realise I have power as well as Waller. So without me and Waller, you're not going to be able to see your daughter. And that kind of does make sense. I like the fact that you've got, and it just shows how influential Deadshot is, because Deadshot relies on Harley as like his second in command, because she's always going to be the submissive sidekick, but she's independent in her own doings within the squad, but they do have to sort of contain the crazy one. Better character development. You've got more of Killer Croc. He throws up in the helicopter, and little character moments that just sort of go, ah, I understand this, that, the other. In conclusion, it's much better. The plot flows better. It's smoother. Admittedly, in the middle, it is overlong, but I don't mind that because we're getting more. The Joker has much more to do. You get a better understanding of him and Harley's weird master submissive relationship thing. They've got a 50 Shades of Grey thing kind of going on, and you kind of get it, but you kind of don't. And it's interesting that they've chosen to do it that way. In short, this is the movie that they should have actually released, to be absolutely honest. So I'm not too bothered that it is whatever it is, like 11. It's the theatrical version is 123 minutes. The extended version is 134 minutes. The extended version is what they should have put in the theatres. The choppy mess that was the theatrical version was a disaster. The extended version solves some of the problems, but it's still sort of scrambled egg, basically. But if you actually read the Suicide comics, that very often their stories are a bit scrambled egg. And a lot of people have said, well, why couldn't the Joker be the main villain? And I was like, he can't be the main villain in this, because this is the first time that we've actually seen him and Harley Quinn together. They cannot have him as the main villain in this. It cannot just be the Joker and Harley show. And I like the fact that one of the actual squad members, because Enchantress is supposed to be a squad member, turns against them. I think that's very intriguing, because it means that Amanda Waller has shot herself in the foot, effectively. So she can't actually use her Suicide Squad idea again unless she's got new members that aren't Enchantress, because Enchantress was basically saying, actually, we're the metahumans, Amanda's just a muggle, we've got to do something. And quite rightly so, because June Moon would have died had Enchantress not done what she did, which to my mind means that Enchantress hasn't died. So yeah, moving on, I liked it. Much better than the editorial mess that was the theatrical cut. But I have a theory about the theatrical cut. If you think about it, everybody, like all the main characters have got unique perceptions, and what they perceive is not what actually happens. So the only sort of straight people are Rick Flag, who suffers for it, because you can clearly see that as the movie goes on, he gets more and more in uncomfortable waters. Waller's a sociopath, and everybody, and so's Deadshot. The Joker's balmy, and you can see that what everybody is perceiving, yay, YouTube space band, is not actually what's happening. So you could say that the rough editing is, you're not going to find the truth, because there isn't a plot. Every one of these characters perceives things so differently and so extremely that you aren't going to get a cohesive story out of it, which is pretty much true. You aren't, because everybody's kind of got their own motivations. I mean, I love the Katana flashback that we had, because that explained her and her husband a little bit more. So yeah, really enjoyed it, recommend it, but I recommend seeing the extended cut version of it, and also the special features, because there's some really good features on here, particularly Joker and Harley, the it couple of the underworld, because I think we are going to be seeing more of them together. I don't think that they're going to have, even when they do the supposed spin-off, the Harley Quinn spin-off, I think that they will probably either put Catwoman in there, Poison Ivy in there, and they will have Jared Leto's Joker in there. I don't think that DC particularly want to have Harley Quinn separate from the Joker for a very long time. I think they want them together because of what's going to happen in 2017 with the Harley Quinn comic, with the Joker becoming a regular character in that and not just a recurring character, because the Joker's in Suicide Squad, the comics, as a recurring character, and in Harley Quinn comics he's actually going to be made a regular character next year. So I think that DC particularly want the Joker and Harley Quinn to work, because if you actually separate them, they make less money. If you have them together, they are a gold mine of money. And I think that that's where they're coming from. Also, probably an actor sanity issue, because if you can't have like the Joker actor by themselves. I think WB and DC have kind of gone with the idea, if we give them somebody, that person can help them and keep them sane and they won't ghost so long, because when actors go method they call it ghosting, so the role stays with them. And you could see, like, through the marketing, that Jared Leto was still going through ghosting, but the more and more he got away from filming, you could see that less and less, because he had the squad round him and he had Margot Robbie with him, so he was continually with people. And admittedly on set he was very much separate, and quite rightly so, but when he was with Margot Robbie, he was with Margot Robbie, his scenes were with her. So it wasn't just like the Joker and Batman, because the Joker and Batman, they both can be very self-contained. So it's going to be interesting when they put Ben Affleck's Batman into the mix. And I know that the Justice League lot have met the Suicide Squad lot, and the Batman versus Superman lot have met, so the Wonder Woman's in the mix. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see how they're going to develop this lot, because remember, this lot have all signed multi-movie contracts, so we will be seeing either another version, perhaps not a Suicide Squad movie, perhaps a Harley Quinn movie. I'm definitely thinking we might be seeing a Harley Quinn and the Joker movie. I think that's going to be interesting. How it's going to turn out, I don't know, but should be good. So please like, comment and subscribe.